What's up? What's up? What's up? This is another edition of Tell It How It Is, no filter, voice of reason, aka Hush, aka How You Stop Him, aka Unstoppable Hush. And this is episode 138. Coming in with good energy. Start the week, begin my week. You know how it go. You know, you have a nice weekend and now it's back to business. Some have to work through the weekend, so then it's like, damn, when's my breather? But in any event, I'm here. How is everyone? Give y'all a second for that. Just take some deep breaths. You made it. You woke up. If you're watching this, you woke up. You know what I'm saying? That's always a good thing. That's first and foremost. I want to start with a rest in peace. I forgot the real name, I'm sorry, but how I know him best is Arif from Oz. Played the Muslim alongside Saeed. If you're an Oz fan, you watch Oz, you already know who I'm saying off the rip. He passed from a long struggle with cancer. I want to send condolences to his family and all his loved ones. I remember that Oz was one of my shows as well. You know, like we already have the Michael K. Williams with The Wire. Oz was another joint, definitely up there in my opinion. That's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like a body a month. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be funny. Shit is wild out here. So a second for that. For those who've seen the Wilder Fury Part 3 fight, I don't want to really get into it, but I gotta say this. A loss is a loss. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just some dudes you can't beat. Back in the day, I mean, I don't know how common it was to have rematches in thirds. I think a rematch is like okay in a lot of cases, but I think a third fight, I don't know. I think from the sports side of things, I don't like it. From a business money making thing, if people want to see them square off 3 times, fuck it. I know there's no 4 though, right? Is there ever gonna be where they fight 4 times? Anybody? You know, that's when you know you're dragging it. But anyway, the third fight, Wilder just, he can't beat him. Can he box with him? Can he fight with him? I'm not judging that. I'm just saying that, I don't know. It's hard to be an influence because if I'm on his team, if I'm help training him, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, let's not drag that out. That, you know, whatever. It is what it is. He lost. He can't beat him. That's it. All the little whatever side views of how you feel is how you feel. I feel like you can't beat him. It wasn't close. Even if it lasted the 10, 11 rounds or whatever, it didn't look close from any point of view in any of the rounds. It just was overpowering for Fury. Like, he just, you know, a different type of animal when it comes to fighting Wilder. You know, he did fall down, some dispute that he was down a long time, and they gave him, like, the extended count. But in any event, shouts to the match. Boxing lives on. There's not much more on the current side of events that I've researched to know. I don't think I have anything else currently. I know that, you know, baseball is in the playoffs. There's a big dispute over the last Tampa Rays Boston game. It seems as if one of the plays Tampa hit damn near a home run, but the ball bounced off the player and then went in the stands. So Tampa is saying it's a home run. Of course they are. They were losing. They was trying to build momentum up to come back to win. They said the rule is, I don't remember the number, it starts with 5. Rule 5 dot something something. Says that if a ball comes in contact with a player and then goes over the fence, that every base runner should advance 2 bases. So that's probably what they went off of, and that's how that played. In the end result, the Rays lost to the Red Sox, and that, was going to be a conversation as to how and why. I never really paid attention to that in all the years I watched baseball, as far as when it bounced off a player, but it's kind of like middle ground fair, like, the offense side gets something, the defense side saves a home run, because it still did go in the stands, but it landed first in the field. So I definitely could argue that that's not a home run to me. Moving on. NFL is getting it, it's only week 5, we going into week 6. We're seeing some things. The Chiefs are last. Wow. The Cowboys are first in their division. The Packers are looking good. The Chargers are in first. Everybody else is kind of like in the middle. You feel me? Like, I know I'm not mentioning somebody, but those are the standout. Oh, the Rams are doing good too, but I think they just lost. They still doing good. Tampa Bay, Brady is Brady. The Patriots are struggling. That's it. NBA preseason is kind of quiet so far. I haven't seen anything excited. There are other teams to look out for. I believe Chicago is going to be okay. Definitely one of the sleepers. I haven't seen Miami yet. I think they won, though. I think they played the Spurs in one of the games recently. Brooklyn is Brooklyn. The Kyrie Irving thing with the vaccination and him not playing home games. Let's see how that pans out. That's crazy. Oh, a Max Kellerman sighting at the fight. Was he at the fight? I think so. Yeah. Because of that whole no more first take with Stephen A. Smith. Little controversy there. I heard there was a Griselda concert where Conway brought out Redman, Method Man, AZ. Paying homage to the greats from before us. Well, not before us, from when I was growing up, I should say. My bag. But like the Griselda audience and fans are more like in their 20s, so they couldn't really acknowledge and really respect that to the fullest and understand what kind of movement that was. But shout out to Griselda nonetheless. Even without doing a move like that, I have respect for that camp. That camp is indeed, as Maul mentioned, I guess, in Rory and Maul's pod, shout to them, that Griselda kind of brings back the shit that we want to hear. I think Rory said it. But, they bring back, they all we got between bringing today back to, the locks and when it's bars. You feel me? Like, so we got to get them. I get them a huge amount of credit for that. No question about that. So, yeah. Moving on into my thing I want to talk about. By the way, real quick, I don't do this. I don't normally do this. A Quiet Place 2 is on Amazon, Apple Music, and Spotify right now. I need you to go purchase that. It's by some guy that I know. You know what I mean? He's all right. He does his thing. Yours truly. But yeah, Quiet Place 2 as well as Part 1 is all available on the 3 platforms I mentioned. If you go to my Instagram, which do I ever announce, my Instagram is How You Stop Him. HOWUSTOPHIM. How You Stop Him. So my link is, all the links are in the bio. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to give a second for that. Cool. Shout out to Rap Lines Matter. That's my man Quan the Dawn. Rap Lines Matter. Going directly into what I was talking about as far as the Griselda thing, as far as my project being out, A Quiet Place 2. My 9-to-5ers versus people who don't want to do that. There's a deeper message here than what it sounds like. May sound a little ignorant because it's like you got to get a gig. You got to get a career that kind of guarantees certain things, especially as you get older. So benefits and pensions and 401s and all of that. These are things you should care about once you reach a certain age. True indeed. the thing is it a personal judgment, a personal view of how you take care of yourself during your years at a company so you can make sure that you live double the life, not double, the same amount of time that you worked, you have to live. If you give a company 25 years, you gotta live 25 years after that. I said with fellow workers myself recently, the one paycheck after 25 years, you won. Because the company wins if you die anytime under the 25 years. That's a little deep and far-fetched for you to maybe grasp right away if you don't really know where I'm going with this. What I'm saying is, so with that in mind, I worked 25 years, I gotta live 25 more. Of course, we want the max that life gives us. I'm trying to live 50 years after retirement. Will I? Who the fuck knows? So, people that want to challenge that to say, do I want to sit here and give my life, 25 years of it, to a company, 30 years, or whatever you got to do, and then possibly not live all of that after? So I'd rather just bump and hustle here, hustle there, grind this way, grind, keep figuring shit out. Keep grinding, keep doing side things and other things, and just keep your hands everywhere so you can make your money that way and still have fun or still enjoy life. Fuck the fun part. Still enjoy life. Because how you view your life and how you are in life, how you feel internally as well as externally, will contribute to livelihood. So, like, if you're doing the scrambling for money, but that turns you on, adrenaline rush, you're not stressed about it because you're not committed to just one place where you got to work. And then if you try to get days off or whatever, like, leaves a bad taste in your mouth from the company you're dealing with versus working for yourself, again, scrambling. And, if that brings you enough joy and you can survive off of that, and then now whenever you do pass, you're like, to yourself, it don't matter at that point per se, but you're saying that, I lived how I wanted to. I didn't want to have restrictions. I didn't want to, but everything got a catch. So if you live that way, you're not getting the benefits per se, maybe. You're not getting a pension. So, as far as leaving bread for people after you, your family, your loved ones, whoever you want to, you can't anyway, because when you die, the pension stops. I hope everybody knows that. So it's a tongue twister. It's real, like, mind challenging and stretching, because it's like, what do you do? So, like, the average is just gonna, if they have a chance for a career, whether you do corrections, police, doctor, MTA, lawyer, whatever you do that you go, fuck it, I just want to solidify a spot, I'll eat it, and then at least that's a guarantee when I'm old and I sit down legally, according to these companies, that I'll just take the bread they give me, I take the benefits, and hopefully I can just live it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, live the number of years I worked. You know what I mean? So I'm just banking on that. I'm not judging that. I'm not saying it's a bad plan. Just understand, you must live beyond the years you worked. And I still feel that way, even if you don't do the corporate company and city job and you do your scrambling on the side. Whatever's off the books, self-employed, whatever you got popping, your own business, all of that. I still want you to live longer than you worked, but people want to decide what's best. How do we spend our time the best while we're here? Because we do not know how long we will be here. I get it. I really understand both. So you can't really ask me, because it doesn't fucking matter what I think. I'm obviously doing the easy way out. You could get on me. Am I looking to get out of it? If something else balloons, of course. That's why the fuck I do everything I do. Excuse my French. I do my music. It's not a bragging thing. It's just to show that options are always on the table. I do my music thing. I do this podcast thing. I do a couple of podcasts. I've done a couple of podcasts. I've done acting. I'm rambling, right? I've been on that type of shit where I'm giving myself a chance that if something else pops off, I'm out of here. So that's why I get both sides. But I got to do what I got to do because some guaranteed paper has to come in. It's not just about me. And even when it was just about me, that still was the mentality. That's how I was raised. That's just how I view things. My way is not the way for you per se. My way is not in stone where you must duplicate and copy paste what the fuck I'm saying. I'm just telling you that's the way I see things. That I just want it that way. You know, I have enough energy and motivation to do the sure way out and still gamble to see if I can get something better. But to sit here and not even have that and just gamble, you see, I can't work under those type of pressures. And shout out to the people who could handle pressure like that. The ones that turn down shit and say, no, I want better. I want my control. I want to say when. That is the dopest power. What the lock say? Money, power, respect. Power. When you can control your movements, how you get paper, you know, your schedule, etc. That is the dopest feeling. I am so jealous of that. I am so for that. You know what I mean? So that is not bad. And anybody who chooses that path, I'm not judging you on that. I actually admire you. You could get on me, I'll get on myself. I don't have the cojones to gamble like that. Not at this stage in my life. I think if you look at age perspective, it may play a role in who takes these chances. It may not. But at my stage of the game, I'm glad I sort of did what I did. You know what I mean? You shouldn't live with regrets. Few things could have did different. Absolutely. But I don't have no regrets. I'm here. I'm alive. That's enough. Because we can still work for greatness. And again, I'm still gambling and rolling the dice to see what else is out there for me. Even though I'm solidified in a spot where at least I can guarantee some paper coming and, you know, the pensions and the 401ks and all of that, however that maps out for me. So you decide, you choose which lane you want. And it's okay to play with both, to flirt with both. You know what I mean? Have your career if you choose and then still hustle on the side. A lot of people do that. You know, I know people want to, you know, it's so rough because these companies, the longer you work there, it's like a relationship. It's a relationship you don't want, to be honest. Because in relationships, you're learning your partner. You know, the longer you're with them, there are things that may irritate you, that may bother you. Not so heavily, not like a deal breaker, not like, oh, I'm the fuck out of here. What I'm saying is just you just know them, so you know the little catches, which may not be nothing, no big deal. But when you work with a company, you start to see shit, man. If not immediately, and I know that turns a lot of people off, man. Like, you be like, damn, you know, everything come with a catch, but damn. You know, and there's some people who just don't have the patience for it. And if they hear about it through friends or whoever else they interact with that tells them about what they deal with in these corporations, it's very unattractive sometimes. I admit, it is. So it's not no walk in the park. It's not candy. You ain't just, you know, win the lotto per se. Even when you land a great career that may not be a dream job, it's just the security of it. And whatever, man, you take the good with the bad. And that's discipline and patience, basically. The more discipline and patience you have, I guess you put up with this shit. You know, the people who lack that, they may look at it like you just selling out or you just settle in. You know, so it's everybody's opinion. It's just how you feel fit for you. I don't think anybody should be judged on the decision they make, whether they go for corporations or try to do this shit theyself. Again, the people who do it theyself, I hats off, and I'm fucking admire it. You know what I mean? And that's just the bottom line. And you just find your way. Just stand on it though. Like, you know, if you have a lot of uncertainty and it continues to bother you and it affects your health at all, God forbid, your regular train of thought, then maybe you do really need to get out, and it doesn't really matter how long you've been there. I used to not judge. I used to look at people a little crazy, you know, differently when they've worked like a corporation 5 years, 10 years, and then go, fuck, I'm leaving. I've had enough. I get it now. And I apologize for ever looking at you that way, because I've had it moments. You're going to have that in everything though. And that's my lesson as well. Even if you choose to do things yourself, self-employed, your business, and, you know, shit where you call the shots, you're going to have, I had enough moments even in that. But I think, you know, that's good energy to kind of get back into the, you know, swing of things, because it's your shit versus a company where you like, yo, I'll leave this shit sitting right here. You know what I mean? So you have difficulties in both. There's no easy way out. Bottom line in this life, you're going to work. You're going to love shit. You're going to not like shit. You're going to wish you found a way to dodge shit. You're going to have to just endure some shit. And then you're going to get smarter eventually. The less of the shit will happen, hopefully, as you grow older gracefully, that, you know, you can dodge certain situations. You start to peep things before it happened. You know, the humble pie part, the just taking it easy, the just, you know, the not wilding out, making some random wild ass decisions. Like, you really gotta map this whole shit called life. And that's what I'm saying. So now when you live past the time of retirement, and these are the times in your life that you should enjoy more, because you have less decisions to make. You should have less decisions to make retired. The only thing you should be, whether I want to go to Hawaii or Mexico, Dubai or Egypt, whatever, Champagne, fucking Moet or Bel Air. And you know there's big differences there. But I'm just saying, these are the things. There should be no worries come the end of the shit. Whatever you decide to do. And I know some people want to just live life the entire time like that, where the worry shouldn't be there, but it's just not that way for some. Sometimes you got to go through some shit to get stronger, wiser, etc. And that's just it. I wish you all the best in the decision you do make. And I'm going to be all right. Even if I doubt some of the shit that I've done. Even if I feel like, you know, I have the ability, the talent, the people person, outspoken, all that shit. I got all that shit. So I should be somewhere else. I shouldn't even be right here talking to you. I should be on some... Scratch all that. You get me? I'm here. On my own will. To try to, you know, talk to the people. No matter how few people it is or how broad it takes us. You know what I mean? So I'm going to continue to be here. I'm going to continue to push. So, you know, that's a characteristic about me that nobody could take away. You know, judging and having your own view on shit and how people are, specific people, and what decisions they made and how they living is all good and dandy for you to view and feel the way you feel. But there's just some things that's undeniable. And me doing etc. outside of career is always been my motivation, and nobody could take that from me. And I say that because I want you to use that same type of time, that same type of energy to say no one can take that shit from you. You know, you could get judged in the short term. You could guess, oh, that nigga's funny, or that, you know, whatever they say, the little short term shit about shit you've done before, whatever, like you ain't learned. And it's all good, but it's just some things that if you're proud yourself, you look in the mirror with your chin up and you just proud of everything that you have attempted, things that you did accomplish. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Excuse me. So I could jump into something else real quick. How much energy does love produce? Do I have enough time for that? Man, I may have to bring that into the next episode. Think about what I'm saying. Am I reaching you? How much energy does love produce? I'm not talking about in fuckship relationships. I'm not talking about shit that's a waste of time. People that are in situations where they just stuck together because of money, or they stuck together because of kids. I'm not talking about those negative toxic shits. I'm talking about actual good relationships that are going somewhere. You've got your life partner, And you may already shut this down by saying, well, if you vouch that this is your life partner, you're vouching that this relationship is healthy for the most part, and you're loving every moment. You're loving most of the moments. There's no love in every moment. And this person is ideal for you, you feel. You chose like the closest to perfection that you're gonna get. So all of that alone should be enough energy where I don't have to even ask the question. But since I asked the question, I want to let you know that you are human. So do you have moments where your energy runs out? Does things happen in the household that makes you say, I'm burnt out? I ain't ready to leave. I ain't ready to quit. None of that dumb shit. It's just, I'm human, and right now, I need a recharge. Is that possible? Is that logical? Is that understandable? How do you feel about that? Have you ever run out of energy? And it's the situations around you. It's not the person per se. It's life, surviving, bills, anything that goes left. Stuff that goes left back to back, because you can have little drama, little issues, shit that pop off. Or I don't know, something breaks in your house, or that you got to fix it now, so you have to pay to get somebody to come look at that, or whatever, little shit like that happens all the time. But like the back to back, so now that happens, and then something happens on your vehicle, now you gotta worry about that. Then something happens, another thing happens, like more personal, like something wrong with the kids, or any that's what I mean. So when your energy drops a little bit because multiple things are happening within a short space of time, is that okay? And what do you do to get back right? I believe when you get sleep is not the answer to everything. Sleep may not be the answer to anything except the fact that you got rest. But I feel every time you close your eyes and wake back up is a mirror image of a reset. It may not be the reset, but it should feel, you can sleep on things, wake up and feel a little better the next day. It doesn't solve things, it doesn't take away the shit, but it could give you some energy to get back in it, because you know that for success, for happiness, to keep moving, to keep going, you gotta kind of like talk to yourself and get yourself up out shit that might have gotten to you, might have ruined your energy, because only you could get out of it, because the whole thing I'm addressing is within self anyway. The fact that you may run out of energy, the fact that you may feel overwhelmed, it's within you. So you really can't expect nobody to help you with that. I mean, you could talk it out, chat with somebody if you think so. Even me right here saying it here helps me already if I had an issue. But you have to kind of like, you gotta be tough, man. You gotta be strong. I think the whole thing about life is to see how strong you are, how far you can go, what you can withstand. Because when you die, I don't think you have to withstand I don't know. I didn't die, God forbid. But I think, and in the afterlife, these worries, these things you had to be so on point with alive, I don't think that you have to be when you're not. And that's just an opinion. Like I said, it's not a fact. We haven't spoken to any dead person to tell us what the fuck that's like, not to be funny. But again, you gotta kind of like really be strong, because to get to the good parts of life, to get to enjoy, to get to celebrate, I believe that there's some struggle, there's some obstacle, something that fucking tries to take you out. Sorry to say how harsh life is. You know what I'm saying? It tries to take you out. And you just got to stay on point so you can enjoy what you can enjoy fully and truly. Because you don't want, it's like, if you expect everything to be easy, when something does come along, you're not even mentally enjoying it the way you're supposed to, because you just think it was supposed to happen anyway. You know what I mean? And that's a little difficult to comprehend, and I kind of tongue twisted that, so don't even sweat that. But the bottom line is, life is a challenge, and whatever you succeed with, whatever you do accomplish, you pat your own self on the back. You ain't gotta like worldwide announce it. You ain't gotta like show off to people. You just humbly say, yo, good job. Good job, Hush. Good job. And then you'll get to enjoy the rewards, man. You'll enjoy them more. And it's a beautiful thing because good and bad is going to always happen. And I just feel like also, if you're living in the most righteous way possible, this should be a sure thing. The confidence you have in yourself, period, mixed with living the right way that you can. That's gotta equal blessings. That gotta equal success. It gotta equal enjoyment. It has to. It has to. You know what I mean? When and where and how, I don't have those answers. But patience is definitely a big thing to get to the things you feel you deserve. The enjoyment, the pleasures, and all of that. So, if you run out of energy, folks, and you feel like love couldn't carry anymore, sleep is the best thing I got for you. Outside of the fact of you just taking a mental break or a mental evaluation of self and sit there, maybe you got to walk around the block. Maybe you got to take a drive. Something. Anything else that you love to do leisurely, but by yourself. You just may need to be by yourself for a moment to just reflect and try to see if you could get back in the game. You know, it's just like, you know, the basketball, NBA players, the NFL players, when they sit down on the bench for a minute to get a recharge before they go right back in the game and try to bang it out. You feel me? So it's like all of that. Just hear me out, try it, and see if you could get through any obstacle that you're thrown. Because everyone gets challenged. You don't want to kick yourself down, play victim too much. Because no matter how much people are posting on social media or acting like everything is peachy and gravy, it's not always the case. What you see ain't 24/7. That's a moment of enjoyment. Everybody goes through some shit, believe it, at some magnitudes that you won't even want. So even if you think you see somebody always turning up, always seem happy, you wouldn't want to be there when they go through the shit that they go through. And I ain't wishing that on anybody. I'm just telling you, you're not special as far as when the bad shit happens or the good shit. Everybody has a time where shit's going to be a little rough, and everybody has a time where shit's going to be all right. And there's levels to all of this. So that alone right there, you're welcome. Because if you use that and you hold on to that thought right there, when it's your turn for the bad, you be like, cool. It's my turn. Let me see how I'm going to get through this. Let me see how I can work through this. And when it's your time, nobody don't complain when it's their time for the good. You know, they just want that shit to last forever. So there's no advice needed there. Everybody got that. Yo, we got it. But when it's bad, it's total turmoil. You know what I mean? And life is just like that, man. Life will, woo-wee. You know, a lot of deep breaths, a lot of self-awareness, a lot of mental breaks to just try to get you through whatever shit that seems to be a little rough. You know, whatever you think you can't handle, you can. People are so spoiled in the sense of, you know, microwave. You know, you want things to fix in 30 seconds. It don't work like that. You may sit on some shit for a while. You know what I mean? But you still gonna get through because, again, I don't know if I said it on this segment, death is final. So as long as you're alive, you could wiggle. You got wiggle room. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these things I say, I think will help a lot. You know, it doesn't solve everyone's problem, you know. And again, in how you live, you know. And everybody's not going to listen to me. Everybody's not going to live that righteous way I said. But I hope everybody has like the ambitions, though, for whatever you are deciding to do. And the ambitions and strength mentally, because if you're not living righteous, and that's not final, it's not like my word is bond and you know, what I say, everybody goes off of. But if you choose not to live righteous, you got to be even tougher because now when fuck shit happen, you can't even get mad because you ain't even living right. So you just got to be built. Like if I chose to do that, I'm not acting like it's easy. It's not going to be easy either direction, either path. But if I chose to be, you know what I mean, gangster all the way with it, then I will handle whatever comes back from that. Because that's what you gotta do. You want to be a gangster? Gangster shit is gonna happen. If you want to live righteous, you feel righteous shit should happen. But you know what? They both cross. So when you want to live righteous, some gangster shit could still happen. You'll be confused because you're like, that's not how I'm living it. But you got to still get ready for it because it just is what it is. And we're going to minimize that, hopefully. But then when you live the gangster shit and some righteous shit happen, you like, whoa. And when I say righteous, it could be a sign telling you, yo, stop this gangster shit. You not really about that. You know what I'm saying? Just hold on to that and take it day by day. And you know what? I'm out of here. Peace. Till the next time.